Alright guys, we got another video here for you. We are going to cover some of the foam safe super glues, why you would want those, and you know what you'd be facing if maybe you chose the wrong thing for your job, because not all foams and styrofoams are the same. They're getting some really crazy recycling processes now, and some styrofoam is more plastic and doesn't even apply to anything that we're going to say. So no matter what you're doing, you always want to perhaps take some glue, and in an inconspicuous place you're always going to want to do a little test to see if it does chemically react. And basically what you'd be looking at if you do get a reaction is, we're going to show you on this piece of styrofoam here, what you're going to have if you do in fact get a chemical reaction with just standard cyanoacrylic super glue. You're basically going to do a dollop, and it doesn't have to be a lot. You're going to know really quick. And I don't know if that's something that you guys can see on the camera, but it's bubbling and fizzing, kind of like carbonated soda. And you know, a toothpick or piece of wood or anything in there, you're just going to see that it just softens it. It turns it into just soup, and this is not desirable at all. You know, some guys may be doing foam airplanes or constructing something, maybe a diorama out of foam. This is just going to ruin your project. So something like this, you would definitely, that would be bad. Now, what we have here is the Bob Smith Super Gold. They make this in a thicker gap fill and then a water thin. And refer to, we got another video out there that tells you how to choose your viscosity, so you'd want to check out that video to kind of see which one's going to be best for your needs. And I'm going to go ahead and open this here, but a good tip for cutting the tip off is, sometimes when you cut it off, you have a tendency to squeeze and depress the bottle a little bit. So when you actually get into the bottle, sometimes it will spit a little bit of glue out. So I like to give a twist to the cap, and then when you cut off the tip, you do not have to worry about any glue spitting out the tip, because if you see real closely there, it's already there. So I would have glued myself to my bottle. But the Super Gold is, when you depress that and get some glue on there, you're just not going to have any of that chemical reaction. It will not really harm standard foams. The only real downside to the glue is, sometimes it takes just a tad longer when they take all that really nasty smelling stuff out. It takes just a little bit longer to cure, but at least they've made a product that will work for this. And as you can see, it's in the same amount of time we still have perfect foam. It's not really denting it. It's still kind of the same in both places. So that's definitely you want to make sure that you're getting that for your right job. Now on other foams that maybe would be not styrofoam, perhaps cushion foam or block foam or something that's not just styrofoam, on something like this, it almost doesn't react. So you're going to be able to use some of the standard glue on some of the foams out there. That's why you really got to test and make sure that it's the right glue for your application. But when you join that, and we will be able to use probably a little bit of accelerator. The foam, unfortunately, is going to drink a lot of this up. But if that actually gets in there, then we should be able to get kind of, a decent bond there. But it is softening it, so it's gonna pull right apart. So in the same instance, we can use some of this foam safe glue here, and when we join these two and hit them with the accelerator, which is almost empty, gluing myself to my project here, something like that, giving it just a little bit of chance to work. I think this is a 10 to 25 second. So that right there, it really glued well. Just another reason why you definitely want to get your right glue for the job. And here is another point. You definitely want to be careful with super glues on reacting with your skin, because there's energy in there. It's sometimes with a natural fiber you can get a exothermic reaction, I believe, which is a rapid release of energy. So if you were to drip some of this on cotton or any natural clothing that you might be wearing, you really need to be careful, because what you will have happen is a chemical reaction. And you guys can't tell on the screen, but this cotton ball is actually hot. This is a very, very hot cotton ball right now, and it's actually getting a little unfriendly to touch right now. But definitely, you know, use some precautions when you're using any kind of super glue, because you could get a chemical burn and you know, have to take medical attention for that. And that's also something else that might bring us to our Uncure here. That's going to be, you see how that spit out there a little bit. You're going to be able to use some of the Uncure for cleaning. You know, you drop it on your bench or something like that. It will break down the super glue. But I hate to tell you, people, if you get a really good airtight bond, if you get, you know, 2 pieces of wood or any kind of surface that is airtight bond and there is glue all the way through that joint, I really got to break it to you, Uncure is not going to debond these pieces of wood to make them 2 separate pieces anymore. It's just too good of stuff. It mostly is just to remove excess product, maybe do some cleaning to your bench or tools or something like that. But you know, it's definitely got its uses, but you can't rely on it on every situation. But it is something you want to have on your bench for you know, breaking down the glue. And then also the accelerator, you've seen us use it. This basically will activate whatever properties are remaining in the super glue, forcing it to cure pretty much instantly. By the time you give it a spray and then put this down, you are pretty much done. And then the only other tip I can give you with the super glues, and this is the same for all the glues, is try to take your Insta-Set and your Uncure and store them away from your super glue. It seems silly, but if you store that next to that, this is junk. So definitely word to the wise there, and thanks for tuning in, and happy gluing. Thanks for watching this Model Merchants video, and don't forget to check out modelmerchants.com. And please do remember, if any of this video was helpful today, please hit like, share it. There are some coupons that we have that will link in the comment and description section below, so definitely like that, share that. We just want to get the knowledge out there, and you know, please stay tuned. They're always changing, so so definitely check back with us, and happy modeling.